Okay. Oh, this thing's on. Why is this thing on now? It took way too long, buddy. Let's see what we got. Getting a little bit of work done here. I'll wait till we get some more people on here. Alright, let's see. Don't mind me, I'm doing a little bit of work. That's what it's looking like, brother. That's exactly what it's looking like. That's what we're going to talk about right now. That's pretty much what we're talking about on the podcast. I just called Big Sonny right now. I told Sonny, you might have to eat your words. And no, I do not support going to war, brother. No, 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 no. That will not be good for anybody. It's going to be bad for the economy. It's going to be bad for us just in general, man. What's going on? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Sounds loud enough? Sounds too loud? I'm actually doing a little bit of work. I'm just sitting here on Excel yeah, it's Excel, right? 2013 or something. Shipping a basic, man. I hope everything goes well there, carnal. This lives endangered. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what seemed like it was gonna happen, man. Let me get my. It seemed like it's pretty much what was gonna happen, man. He was the one that struck the general, killed the general, and this is what's coming down. This is just the prequel, man. So we don't know how many people yet have died in that base, because that base was actually the base that Trump visited here about, what was it, around Thanksgiving is when he went over there and visited that base. So they hit that base where he was at. So pretty much what Trump went out there, he ordered a hit. This was an order, did a drive-by, killed the general in somebody else's hood. And now these guys came back and just pretty much just sprayed the whole the party, which is the base. They sprayed the base, and now it's nighttime, so we really don't know what's going on. We haven't heard the casualties, but if we get, I think, even one American casualty, brother, this guy's gonna fucking retaliate and definitely hit back hard, man. And if he hits back as hard as I would anticipate that Trump would, we're gonna go to war. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, man. And these guys. This is an act of war. It's not like how before. A lot of times these guys are. What Iran is notoriously known for is pretty much on the down low, giving arms to terrorist organizations, and that's where you get a lot of the bombs and the IEDs over in Iraq and everywhere else. Well, this time they actually launched their missiles from Iran. So if they launched their missiles from Iran, brother, that's just a straight fucking act of banging, homie. Let's see what we got, man. Trump-inspired mass shooters. There's been mass shooters before that. There's gonna be mass shooters way after that, because nobody wants to sit there and make gun control, and the NRA just pushes too much money to these fucking guys who get elected to count. We need more concern with our Constitution, especially with our other states, California, Virginia, pertaining to the Second Amendment. Well, see, there you go. I think the Second Amendment is completely fine, brother. It's just the NRA once again pushes us against each other, and it makes you think that people want to take your guns. I don't want to take anybody's gun. I just think it should be harder for somebody to go in and buy a couple AR fucking 15s at gun shows. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Russia will definitely back up Iran, man. Russia loves for us to get into this beef, man. What Russia is in all this. Russia's a hood that if the United States was let's say back in the 80s, the United States was the South, Russia's the North, or vice versa, either or another. They're completely against each other. In front of the scenes, they act like they're friends and all that, but at the end of the day, Russia would love for the United States to get in war, because why? That puts our troops in harm. That puts our treasure fucking out there. We gotta spend billions of dollars out here to fight, and they'll sit there and pump and help money out to Iran, because Russia's pretty. Even though they don't say it, but Russia's pretty much a communist country ran by fucking Putin, man. And the weaker we are fighting more wars, Man, we've been in war for what? I think I was in the since fucking after 9/11, man. So we've been in war about 15 years. I mean, Rome is just going to war, and me, I remember a little bit of that history, man. You keep going to war, you keep going to war, brother. You know, you're gonna fucking exhaust all your fucking power, and eventually all these countries are gonna start going against us, man. And people feel like, oh, you know, we're the strongest. Yeah, we're the strongest, we're the mightiest. But with that, we should, you know, show some restraint here, brother. World War III possible? Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. All it takes is one nutcase to fucking do it, and we're done. They should put those. They should put those Trump and that fornication to fight each other to the death. Yeah, that would work. The Ayatollah and Trump, man. I don't know who would win that, man. Ayatollah or Trump. I don't know. Trump's just a probably rich fucking white dude. Ayatollah might fucking take him down, man. That fool's from the Middle East. He's got to be gangster. What's up? What? How you doing, man? I'm gonna be an MY Immigrants. Oh, the tank crew. Wow, man, that's exciting. That's pretty gangster, man. How old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Gonna be running a tank. That's fucking something cool. That's like a video game. Militias and insurgents. Uh huh. There was another attack, bro. Was there? Did they drop another one again? Oh man, yeah. Russia's definitely got their back, homeboy. San Bernardino, what's going on, carnalito? How's it going, man? Hope you guys are saving your money. Fucking, we might be hitting a recession if we go to war. Plus, Obama let them get like 150 billion. Yeah, he let them get that in the negotiations for the nukes. But if you look at the numbers, Henry, I want to say off the top of my head, I won't say an amount, but we give hundreds of millions of dollars to India and Pakistan just because they have the nukes to kind of keep those to kind of keep those to kind of keep those governments at bay, man. So even if we gave 150 billion, could you imagine we go to war right now? How much this fucking war is gonna cost? It's gonna cost much more than that. Well, they just hit within the last what 45 minutes. They launched 12 missiles over to that base where Trump was at. I think it was around Thanksgiving or Christmas, brother. I'm not sure, but he went there. They launched 12 missiles. They're saying they got reports of people dying, I'm sure, but the Americans aren't going to release anything until they got an accurate number. And I'm sure there had to be casualties. I mean, you drop 12 fucking ballistic missiles out there, you're going to have some casualties. I just don't know how many Americans that are actually in that base nowadays housed. But if there was Americans housed in that base, brother, we going to war, homeboy. Or this guy, from what he's saying, he's got 52 sites that he's had his eyes on, that he's been fucking having the itch to bomb. And with this, he's gonna bomb them. And I think Tehran or Iran fucking they fell right into his play because that's what he wanted. He fucking smoked that guy to say, now do something and give me the opportunity to say, aha, this is why I'm gonna go to war. This is when I'm gonna bang on you. So fucking Trump politics him. He got his war. Um, I personally don't think we got any business going to war. We just barely got out of Afghanistan, man. Iraq. We've been in there for how many fucking years? You're not gonna win a war with these people, brother. You're not gonna win a war. This is a war of ideologies. Those people from when they're born, they're into their religion. They're it's like a cult to them. To them, they're willing to blow themselves up. And we're just the evil fucking powers that be, man. And there's no way you're gonna change that. It's like changing somebody's culture. That's just their culture, brother. Yeah, it's what it is. It's a religious war, and you're not gonna change somebody's religion with a gun in their fucking in their head, brother. It just don't work like that. Time to put on the bulletproof vest and be on standby. Good man, I'm telling you, homie. I'm gonna go help a bunch of these rappers with all their bulletproof vests, see if they're real or not. Ayatollah, that would completely collapse there. No, man. I think if you killed that fucking Ayatollah, that there's somebody behind him. It's just like a prison gang, man. The Ayatollah's here. There's somebody below him. The Ayatollah gets killed. That fucking country's going in a frenzy, and I guarantee you, countries after that will go in a frenzy, and there won't be one single place in the Middle East where an American can walk without fucking. Even though now it's dangerous. Oh man, if they would kill Ayatollah, forget about it, brother. That's like killing the Pope, man. Go to court for those charges. Loses, he'll be fired. That's how impeachment works. Yeah, pretty much. But it's about trying to get those votes. But with this war thing, I don't know, man. I don't know which way it can go. But if there's some real Republicans out there with any kind of morality that if they think he really did wrong, they should vote, for impeachment or to get rid of him. But I don't know all the facts. Those guys have more facts than us, brother. Gold just went up 1,600 an ounce. Yeah, look. Oil, dude. Oil's gonna get fucking expensive. That means, hey guys, your gasoline prices starting tomorrow are gonna go up a few cents. I'm glad I filled up today. Your gasoline's gonna go up. Any goods that are brought from fucking other places, because especially if it gets down and dirty, with these guys, all right. What's gonna happen is they don't have the firepower we do. They got a lot of manpower. They got a lot of missiles. They got some tanks. They don't have the air force we have. They have a little bit of a type of navy. But what they do have is they have the fucking. I think the ocean goes by these guys, and that's where a lot of these oil tankers that we get our oil from go. So what these guys are gonna start doing, I would. If I'm over there and the America's bombing the shit out of me, what do I gotta do? I get desperate. I'm gonna start fucking blowing up these oil tanks, man. And that's what these guys are gonna do. They're gonna start blowing up oil tanks. They're gonna disrupt the oil movement around the world, man. And if they do it, and if it really goes crazy, and they go and start fucking banging on Israel, here we go, brother. Get ready for I don't want to say the World War III or nothing like that, but it could definitely turn to a nasty fucking brawl, man. We're out here, we're talking about positivity and peace and trying to bring gangs together. Well, we better start talking to the world, because this gang shit's gonna look like fucking like popcorn compared to what could happen right now, brother. James C, maybe not. Here to see what you guys gotta say, man. Only 2 likes, I'm telling you, man. Only 2 likes. I'm gonna fucking drop bombs over there. You guys ain't hitting that like button, carnal. We got Green Berets dying in Afghanistan every other week or so. Yeah, those wars are never gonna end, bro. That's the thing. You can. How long have we been over there? I mean, even before Afghanistan, Iraq, these governments, like, what most people don't know is like Hussein, man. Saddam Hussein. When we went to Iraq for Saddam Hussein, I myself was like, what the fuck are we doing over there, man? Saddam Hussein wasn't the one that bombed us. It had nothing to do with 9/11. The terrorists hated Saddam Hussein because he wasn't one of those Muslims. Saddam Hussein would drink, smoke, party. He was a gangster of gangsters. That's all Hussein was. All Hussein wanted was his power. And the U.S. went in there just because he was pissed off because the war with his father, and Hussein tried to assassinate his father. And there we went. We went into a war to find weapons of mass destruction, and we didn't find shit. All right, but that's one thing they won't agree on. I mean, they won't ever admit to. The Iraq War was a fucking utter mess. We should have never went there. We lost millions and billions, I think maybe trillions of fucking dollars over there, and for what? For nothing. Just to go in there, disable the country, and now that country is broken. That country is broken. It's fucked. There's more terrorists in that country than there's ever been. Afghanistan. We should have gone there. We should have blown the shit out of them, and we should have done what we did. But Iraq, no way, brother. Iran, even worse. Iran, I think it's gonna be a worse place than if we thought we had terrorist problems now. If we topple Iran, we buy it. That's the thing about these governments. You go in there, you take out these fucking people who have control of them, because the only way you control a lot of these people, brother, is by fucking straight brutality. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but over in the Middle East, if you're not a brutal fucking dictator, it's fucking mayhem. These fucking people have been living like fucking, not the people in the middle class or whatever small fraction, but the people who are religious, they live like crazy savages, bro. They have these crazy laws that go back to the fucking medieval times. In other words, these guys are still banging. When the Crusades were happening, I'm not sure the dates, and maybe the 1200s or whatever. You know, you had Muslims, you had Christians fighting, you know, for fucking God, Allah, Muhammad, whatever it was, and the Western civilization, little by little, started evolving mind-wise and thinking, you know what? We're religious, but at the same time, we're evolving to fucking. We're not gonna sit there and die and keep killing for our religion. It was like 2 gangs. Well, the Westernized people, their gang, you know, said, you know what? Fuck this. We ain't banging anymore. But the Muslims, the Eastern countries, they're still banging. They've never stopped banging. They're still banging. And when you give them an excuse to go to war and fight, guess what, man? They've been killing themselves. They've been blowing themselves up for thousands of years. This is just more fucking mayhem to it. So let's see what we got. Left wing and right wing, both sides are wrong. Start buying them gas masks, homie. Yeah, let's get some beer. How about that? Same with Bin Laden. He got tired of working for the CIA. Yeah, same shit, man. All those guys, Bin Laden was put in there by the CIA to fight the Russians. Just how people are saying, are the Russians back Iran? Yeah. The Russians were having a war with Afghanistan. Afghanistan led by fucking Bin Laden, started fighting the fucking Russians. So the United States was pumping guns, this and that into them. And then eventually, I think when the turning point was when the U.S. finally, I think the Senate or the Congress, whoever it was, finally gave them the okay to give them some kind of bazooka that had ballistic missiles. That's when they started shooting down the choppers from Russia, and that's what turned the tide of that war. But what we should have learned from Russia is you can fight in Afghanistan forever and you're never gonna win, brother. Because these guys, like Bin Laden said, and I'll say it's true. Bin Laden says that they love death more than we love our freedom, and they do. They love death more, man. Because to them, when they die, in their heads, I don't know if it's true. I'm not dead. I haven't died yet. They're gonna go to heaven with like 1,000 or 100 virgins, brother. So that's the type of enemy you're fighting. And if you really want to get into that kind of war, then by all means, get it. I'm not, brother. I wouldn't want to, but unfortunately, we might have a lot of young men and women who think they want to go to war and think that's where it's at. But once you go to that war, brother, you can learn from a lot of these Vietnam vets how war fucks you up. A lot of these fucking vets from Iraq, from Afghanistan, brother. That those wars really fuck you up. And most people that have gone to war don't want to go to war, brother. Straight up. The second Arab was between two dynasties. Yeah, that's exactly right, Board Supreme. Middle East is still banging hard as fuck. That's exactly what it is. Those guys haven't stopped banging, man. They've been banging since forever, and they continue to. And we give them more of a fucking chance. Just like drug cartels, you take out the leader and everyone runs amok. Yeah, just like drug cartels, gangs, everything else, that's a little more organized, or a lot more organized, with a lot more fucking manpower and a lot more fucking bombs. They have no Iran Air Force. Yeah, I don't know if they have. I don't think they have an Air Force like us, but I'm sure they've got some type of fucking fighter planes. They have to. Healthcare for all. How will you pay for it? War, let's go. No matter. No, healthcare for all. We should have healthcare for all, man. We are by far one of the richest fucking countries in the world. Uh, and the rich have just too much profit, man. The rich are making billions and billions of dollars. Let's say like in the 50s, the rich maybe made, I don't know, a million times more than the average Joe. Now the rich make fucking 2 billion times more than the average Joe. Now those guys aren't getting taxed enough. And when people say, oh no, this and that, no, I'm talking about the very elite, brother. I work in these mountains, I work in these hills. I see what these guys do, man. These guys would literally pay $1 million for a fucking TV that comes out of the grass out of their backyard. If somebody's got $1 million to make a TV out of the grass and they're telling me I'm taxing them too much, nah, brother. We should all have health care also, because this is what a lot of people don't think and they won't tell you. The Republican plan is freedom. Get your own health care. How are you going to pay for it? I don't know. Not my problem. It's freedom. All right. The Democratic want to give you the health care, which I agree on, because it's like this. Let's say me, I don't have health care. I go outside right now, I slip and fall, I break my leg. All right? I break my leg, guess what? I'm going to the doctor. I don't give a shit if I have health care or not. The doctor's going to sit there, he's going to look at me, he's going to fix my leg if he has to. It's in the emergency room. They fix my leg, I don't have insurance, I don't have a job, I don't have anything. They're not getting paid. So who's picking up the tab? The American government. You're picking up the tab anyways, brother. So we should have health care. At least in my opinion, carnal. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's see, they say they have a Navy. It's a big one, so it's more of Coast Guard. Well, yeah, well, that Navy, the scary part is, like I was saying earlier, is them going out there and start hitting oil tankers. If Washington really starts a war with them, they're gonna start hitting the fucking oil tankers. All right, let's bye, Angel. Have a good one. Let's see. See, we don't sit here and disrespect now fucking like little names over here. CIA has been known for set entire lands. To CIA has been known to set entire lands. I don't quite get what you're saying. Hold on, fix my eyebrows on me. There you go, carnal. There you go. I had my fucking army thing on, carnalito. CIA drug money. The Contra War, yeah. Stingers. Death is not a bad thing. I don't know, brother. I want to still kick in a couple more years. I mean, I ain't trying to fucking croak just yet. Peace and love, brother, from a gang banger who changed his life. Well, back at you, carnal. That makes two of us. Word security. Agree with you. Now, do you fight? I completely agree with you. How do you fight that kind of war? How do you fight like the ideology out there? I think you get the fuck out of there. I think this is the only way we will break up with the Middle East. The Middle East, let's put it this way: the Middle East is that girlfriend that you say you despise, the use and that, but you're hooked on her dope, and she's got dope, and that dope is oil. Because why? Because we got these gas guzzlers, we got fucking everything we do is oil, man, and we don't want to sit there and fucking get off that oil. And one thing with Trump that I really fucking disliked, I think he overturned Obama's fucking making mandatory for vehicles to get certain amount of mileage. After like 2025 or 2030. That's a good thing, man. For us to get more solar power, more get off that oil fucking tit of fucking Iran, Iran, the Middle East, Saudis. The Saudis are a bunch of fucking dirtbags, dude. The Saudis have treat their people horribly. Their women fucking are pieces of fucking furniture. I mean, they just have horrible, horrible human rights violations all done. But what do we say about the Saudis? We don't say shit about the Saudis, fool. Why? Because the Saudis sell us oil. The Saudis buy shit from us. The Saudis buy billions and billions of jets from us, firepower. They probably don't even need this shit. They just buy it just to shut us up. And what do? We shut up. So that's why it's very hypocritical of the U.S. when they sit here and talk shit about Iran, talk shit about China, talk shit about these countries that are oppressors, this and that. Look at the Saudis. They're a bunch of fucking oppressors. The Chinese, it's the same shit. The Chinese oppress everybody, brother. But we don't say shit. Why? Because we do business with them, and that's the thing about America. It's they're major hypocrites, and that's beyond. That's not even one party. Both parties, homie. Both parties. Let's see. Trump has a Trump has a gangster mentality. He's making all the moves the former president should have made. Love him or hate him, you have to respect the fact that he has balls. Get it with that. Well, yeah. He's got, I don't know if he's got balls. He's a gangster? Yeah, he's a gangster. I think I said that in the last podcast because he's a fucking mujeriego. He got all kind of women. He spends money. He don't give a fuck, and nobody can tell him what to do. But the one thing that I don't respect about him is, and that Sonny brought that up, he was a fucking draft dodger, dude. It's crazy how these guys come in here and always want to start wars. And it's typically the Republicans. I don't know what it is about these fucking Republicans. They have little cock syndrome or something. But every time you get a Republican in here, they want to start a war. And 9 times out of 10, those guys never went to war. Bush fucking took off from war. He fucking had a doctor write him a fake shit. Trump, same thing. He said he had a bone spurt. I can respect somebody who's been a war and say, all right, let's go to war. Like if John McCain was president, if he was still alive, rest in peace, John McCain. You know what, brother? He will tell you should think twice. It's kind of like a gangbanger and a gang member. Me personally, I was a banger, homie, and I know what it is to go to war with hoods. And when I see cats that are, if me, I would see now cats trying to be banged out and never been to war. But hey, homie, it ain't even worth it. It ain't even like that. That's a motherfucker who's been there. A motherfucker that's been there is gonna tell you, make that your last fucking resort. The last thing you do. To go to war. A motherfucker that never been to war, a fool that's just fucking fresh in, hit from all the wars, he's the guy that's gonna be like, yeah, let's fucking go to war. Why? Because he's got this whole fucking army behind him. But if Donald Trump didn't have his army behind him, he'd just be a scary ass rich white guy, man. And that's a lot of things we gotta look at too. Don't just get pumped up because we're fighting. We should ask why we're fighting. Is it worth it? And look at the long run, guys. Did you guys just forget about Afghanistan, Iraq? That's the thing about Americans, brother. Americans have the shortest fucking memory span, man. We forget shit like this. We're off to the next news cycle, man. And people forget so fucking quick how bad it was with Iraq, how bad it was with this. And if we go to war with this, brother, it's gonna be back to the same old shit. The economy's gonna fucking tank, and then we're gonna be talking about when he's out of office, he'll get another 4 years, he'll be out of office. Why the fuck did we go to war? This and that. So ask, why are we going to war? Is it worth us going to war? What's the end game? What are we going to gain by going to war with these people, man? Don't be so quick to just say, yeah, let's do it. Just because you got the strap, don't mean you got to use it, man. This is cool conversation, brother. Hope one day we can drink a beer, carnal. It's on me. Saludos to you, Sonny and Boo Boo. That's right, Art Sanchez, homie. Yeah, with that last one I did, what's his name? Homie from podcast. He fucking said, "Oh, boring, Gil. Come on, man. Talk about something else." This ain't boring, fool. This is banging at its best. When people talk about politics, prison politics, isn't that prison politics? That's like this. That's minute. This is real shit. This is Fools dropping bombs on each other. Fool killing generals. Fool fucking politicking each other. Fools backstabbing each other. We're talking about not for a fucking glavo that's worth fucking $500 in the street and fucking maybe 2 grand, 3, 4 grand in the joint. We're talking about billions of dollars. We're talking about thousands of lives. We're talking about things that affect all of us. And if you guys think politics don't affect you, you're fucking fools, man. Politics affect how much this pen costs, how much this mouse costs, how much this can cost. I mean, politics affect how much this costs, how much this costs, how much it costs you to fucking fill up your car, how much electricity. Politics affect every aspect of your life, but as long as you guys ain't fucking sitting here paying attention, listening, and knowing what's going on with your money, what's going on with your taxes, who's getting elected, who's not, then you're just sheep, homie. You're just sheep getting ran by your president. A lot of you guys, and I was talking to Sonny about this a little bit earlier. You know, he's saying, hey, when are you going to denounce Trump? This, that. I said, listen, Sonny, I didn't vote for the guy. But I'm not the type of guy, just like when Obama was in office, I'd back up Obama too, and I would say, you know, these are his strong points, his bad points. People pick a side. They pick Republican and Democrat, and after that, they just fight each other. I don't do that, brother. I'm in the middle. I consider myself an American, and I sit there and look at the good and bad about it. But like I was telling Sonny, man, with Trump, he's absolutely right with that shit about him not going to war, and that's the thing, man. Him not going to war was fucking horrible. But let me get back on track. I lost my train of thought. Like I told Sonny, what I don't like, and I really find fucking, I don't think annoying is the word, brother, but it's fucking makes people look dumb, is when they just sit there and say, fuck Trump, or whatever president it is, right? Before Republicans say, fuck Obama, he's from this country, he's not even born in America. Stupid racist shit like that, just idiotic shit like that. So when people say fuck Trump, and you start asking them about their policies, and they don't have no clue about their policies. Before you sit there and make yourself like a fool, know what you're talking about. Educate yourself, brother. This is it, brother. Fucking that's the power that we need. But what Trump fucking wants is for you to say fuck Trump, but not read a news article to say what's going on in the world. Not read a news article of saying what's going on in Congress, what's going on in the Senate. You guys are just fucking reading whatever or hearing whatever a celebrity says. A celebrity says, fuck Trump, fuck Trump. All right, why? Well, maybe because his fucking immigration policy. Maybe because he's trying to take us to a war. You know, maybe because he gives tax rich to fucking billionaires. Maybe because he's trying to take away your fucking, your health care. On and on and on. But when people just say fuck Trump and don't have a fucking clue, you sound fucking ignorant, man. It's straight up. And that's the thing that gets me with people like that. That's what I was telling Sonny. When I make these videos, when I do this political stuff, is so people can start hearing and start saying, is that how it works? Because most people, they don't even know how it fucking works. They just talk shit to talk shit, but they have no clue how the fucking system works. They have no clue how the electoral college works. They have no clue how Congress works. They have no clue how the Senate works. They have no clue how the veto power works. None of this shit. You guys just fucking, not you guys in general, people who talk shit, just talk shit. Just talk shit, brother. And that way, we ain't gonna get nowhere. Other than that, carnalitos, I just want to say what's up with you guys. Pretty much fill you into the scoops, man. If you guys didn't know what was going on with this shit with Iran, but it's definitely going down. And from what I heard in the news, all the White House, everybody's there, chief of staff, fucking Pompeo, fucking the vice president, the president, they're all in the war room right now. They're all in the situation room, they call it. They're there with all the fucking TVs, looking at live shit. I'm sure there's fire over here. I'm sure they got drones going over Iran, and they're just waiting to see what the casualties are. And if there was American casualties tomorrow morning, we're waking up to fucking bombs, homie. That's at least what I think, carnal. So other than that, guys, you guys have a great week. I'm actually gonna drop a little small video of 2 guys calling in, and we'll catch you guys later, man. God bless you, and good night.